The Enchanting Heart of Africa, a tale of adventure and wisdom. Close your eyes and step into a land bathed in moonlight, where whispers of the past come alive. Imagine a world where animals converse under starlit skies, riddles unlock ancient secrets, and boundless courage holds the power to rewrite destiny. Welcome to the Enchanting Heart of Africa, a realm where wisdom dances with adventure, and the rhythm of the earth carries stories through generations. It was a night like no other, silent yet heavy with despair. The air in the small village was thick with dust, and the land, once lush and green, had turned dry and cracked under the merciless sun. The riverbeds lay empty, and the wells had long since run dry. Hunger gnawed at the people's bellies, but thirst was the true enemy. The elders gathered beneath the great baobab tree, their wrinkled faces etched with worry. "We must find water," one of them said. "The stories say it lies hidden deep within the forbidden forest, but it is guarded by a trickster spirit, one who delights in riddles and deception." Fear spread through the village like wildfire. The trickster was known in legends, an ancient being, neither beast nor man, with the power to shape reality with a flick of its fingers. Many had tried to outwit it, but none had returned. Then, from the edge of the gathering, a small voice spoke. "I will go." Gasps rippled through the crowd. It was a child, barely old enough to understand fear, yet standing tall with a determined gaze. The elders hesitated, but in their hearts, they knew they had no choice. The child was clever, known for outsmarting even the wisest villagers with playful tricks and quick thinking. If anyone had a chance, it was them. With nothing but a small gourd and a heart full of courage, the child set off toward the forbidden forest. The moment the child stepped beneath the towering trees, the air shifted. The silence was alive, the shadows watching. Then, from nowhere, a voice rang out, smooth as silk, sharp as a blade. "Ah, a visitor, so small yet so bold. Tell me, little one, why have you come?" From the darkness emerged the trickster. Its form was ever-changing. One moment a fox with golden eyes, the next a tall figure with a grin too wide for its face. It twirled a staff between its fingers, amusement dancing in its gaze. "I seek water for my people," the child answered. The trickster chuckled. "Ah, but nothing in this forest comes for free. To drink from my hidden spring, you must answer my riddles. Fail, and you shall remain here forever, part of my endless game." The child nodded. "I accept." The trickster's grin widened. It leaned in and whispered the first riddle. "I have rivers but no water, forests but no trees, and cities but no people. What am I?" The child thought for a moment, then smiled. "A map." The trickster's eyes gleamed, but it simply waved its hand. "Very well. Let us continue." The second riddle came swiftly. "The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I?" The child tapped a finger to their chin before replying. "Footsteps." A flicker of surprise crossed the trickster's face, but it laughed. "Clever, clever, but let's see how you handle my final challenge." It leaned in close, voice barely more than a whisper. "I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I am born in the air and die in silence. What am I?" For the first time, the child hesitated. The forest seemed to hold its breath. Then, as if carried by the wind itself, the answer came. An echo. The trickster stared at the child for a long moment. Then, to their astonishment, it threw back its head and laughed, a deep, genuine laugh that shook the trees. "Ah, you have bested me, little one." It clapped its hands, and the ground trembled beneath them. From between the roots of an ancient tree, crystal clear water bubbled forth, forming a spring that glowed under the moonlight. "Take what you need," the trickster said, eyes twinkling. "But remember, knowledge and wit are the greatest treasures of all. Use them wisely." The child filled their gourd and hurried back to the village. When they arrived, the people rejoiced, drinking deeply from the life-giving water. The drought had not won, their hope had not died. And so, the legend of the child who outwitted the trickster was passed down through generations, a tale of courage, cleverness, and the power of wisdom over fear. For in the heart of every dreamer, young or old, lies the magic to turn the impossible into reality.